In this video, we're deep diving into the classic Rat. We're going to go over the history of the pedal and the circuit, we're going to hear how it sounds, and then we're going to take a look at some modern interpretations of this classic circuit. So if that sounds good, stick around and watch this video. Hey everyone, Eric here. Welcome to my channel where I make gear demos, instructional videos, and deep dives like this one aimed to help musicians like you. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to follow me on a daily basis and interact with me a little bit more, head on over to Instagram and follow me at Eric Merrow. The history of the Rat starts in 1978 in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where the first prototypes were created by Proco Sound. The Rat is a hard clipping distortion circuit. We have three controls with volume, filter, and distortion. Our volume controls our output volume, so if you want louder sounds, you turn it up. Filter is a high-end roll-off, and if you turn it down, you actually get the brightest sound because this control operates backwards. So as you turn it up, you start to roll off more high-end, and when you get all the way up, you have the darkest sound. And distortion controls how much gain is introduced into the pedal. So if you want less gain, you turn it down. You want more gain, you turn it up. The original Rat circuit was based around the LM308 op-amp chip. Now, I'm not going to go into the technical details why, but I will leave links in the description below to videos that explain it in more detail and more technically than I can. As technology progressed over the years, the LM308 went out of production. It's not made anymore. So Proco responded by switching over to the OP07 chip, which is a drop-in replacement for that LM308. So all of the new versions of the Rat sport that OP07. So let's get into some sound comparisons. I want to compare this late 80s Rat 2, I believe, that I have on loan from my buddy Grant. Thank you, Grant. I want to compare this Rat to this, which is a modern recreation. I bought this off Reverb a couple months ago. I think it was $60. So this is a modern one. This is an old one. I want to put them head to head and see how they sound different or how they sound similar. The Rat's been produced in large quantities for decades now at an affordable price, so it's easy for guitarists and bassists of any level to get their hands on one, which means it's one of the most popular pedals in, you know, the pedal market, the pedal history. And this leads to a bunch of different individuals getting the rat pedal and thinking, you know, what if it did this? What if it did this? Which leads to a bunch of different companies making their own take on the rat, adding something new, adding something unique, and lending their own voice to this classic circuit, like the Fuzz Roche's cattail. Now, the cattail is at its heart a rat pedal. We have volume, filter, and distortion, all those familiar controls. But in addition to that, we have a feedback knob, we have a couple clipping pots that affect the low and high frequencies differently, and we have a toggle right here. So let's go ahead and hear the cattail. So I mentioned my friend Grant from Big Ear Pedals, who lent me this rat from the late 80s. This one was assembled by someone called the Woodcutter. And what the lore is, what the stories are, is that the ones assembled by the Woodcutter just have something different. They sound different to other rats in that specific batch. So what Grant did was recreate this specific pedal into his Woodcutter. Now, the Woodcutter is, you know, it's a largely produced pedal that you can easily get now, but it was essentially that he was so inspired by this pedal on a specific track that he recorded, I believe, that he wanted to just get this specific rat into, you know, his own pedal. Next up, we have the Cranium from Xander Circuitry, and it's a pretty unique take on the rat circuit. We have 2 gain knobs and an extra foot switch because in addition to the rat circuit being great sounding at high gain settings, it's also great at low gain settings. So what this specific pedal allows us to do is it allows us to have a second gain option. So let's say we want our bass sound to be fully distorted. You turn the pedal on, you get gain 1. And then if you engage gain 2, it switches over and you can have a lower gain setting. Over the years, there have been many different versions of the Rat from Proco sound, like the Rat 2, the You Dirty Rat, the Brat, the Turbo Rat, and a few more. But a lot of these different iterations of the pedal rely largely on different clipping diodes or different ways of clipping the signal. In addition to this extra gain preset, we also have 6 different clipping modes which correlate to different versions of the Rat. In mode 2 we have silicon clipping, which is the initial Rat style clipping. And then in mode 1 you have germanium clipping, which correlates to the You Dirty Rat. The Turbo Rat is on mode 3, so you can just see that this pedal was meant to cover all these different versions of the Rat over the years and give you that extra gain preset, and that's what makes it unique. Their take on the Rat is the 1981 Inventions DRV. Now, at its heart, it is based on the Rat circuit, but there have been different tweaks and different modifications in this circuit to make it not sound exactly like a Rat. It sounds more scooped than the Rat does, and the modifications in the circuit allow it to have a more clear low gain setting, and when you increase the gain, you actually get more low end frequencies. But at its heart is a take on the classic Rat. Another take on the Rat that has even more unique additions is the Mountain from Frost Giant Electronics. Now, at its heart, a Rat, we have volume, frequency, and gain, but in addition to those controls, we also have a distortion and overdrive toggle. Another addition is the gain stage, how many gain stages we want to have in the pedal. So we can go from 1 in the down position all the way up to 3 on the top position. So as you can see, there are tons of different rat variants on the market today. Let me know in the comments below, which was your favorite version of the rat that we showed in the video today. And I know, you're probably saying, why didn't you get this pedal? Why didn't you get this pedal? I couldn't get all the rat variants. I wish I could, but I couldn't. So let me know in the comments below what pedals I missed and what is your favorite version of the rat. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, check out all the other gear demos and instructional videos I have here. And if you want to follow me on a daily basis, head on over to Instagram and follow me at Eric Merrow. And finally, I want to send a huge thank you to these folks right over here who are my executive producers from my Patreon page. Now, if you'd like to support the channel or learn how to become an executive producer yourself, I will leave links in the description below. So thank you to everyone who supports. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good one.